Welcome to Jazztime. Jazztime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at Jazztime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Vacheron Constantin Fiftysix self-winding 4600E-00A-B442 in steel with a silver dial, or some people call it Vacheron Constantin. Okay, but I'm going to call it the American way Vacheron Constantin because that's how it sounds and spelled. Okay, anyways, I will tell you a little bit about the history of this 56. Then I'll tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other 56s. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement. Finally, try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start. This 56 was created very recently, actually, in just 2018. It is now 2025. So it's only a 7-year-old collection. It's one of Vacheron's newest collections, although when you're looking at it, you might even think that this was a collection that was made a long time ago. Why? Because they have this sort of retro contemporary blend, a vintage, look to it. So it looks like it was built a long time ago, or it has roots a long time ago, but it's not. And I think Vacheron does that on purpose. In fact, I know they do it on purpose because they say it on their website. They're trying to blend a contemporary and retro style into this watch, and the result is the 56. So, and why is it called the 56? Well, as you can imagine, it is a model that dates back to 1956, which is, they say, the reference 6073. Okay, fine, whatever. But the point is, they're making this watch that is inspired by another watch, which had a reference, as I just said, 6073. And that model dated to 1956. So naturally, they call it 56. I guess it'd be too much to call it 1956. That'd be too much of a mouthful. So they just call it 56. All right, you could call it 6 for short, I guess. Okay. Anyways, so that is a little bit about the history. Now, let's talk about where this watch stands in the lineup of other 56s. So Vacheron makes many different collections. And of course, Vacheron is a top brand. Their most famous is probably the overseas. Not probably, it is. They make a very cool Traditionale. It's just a historic, a patrimony, and they make some other ones as well. And their current very cool one is the 56, which is what you're looking at here. Now you can break down the 56 into different categories. They only have 13 on their website, so it's a fairly new one. Although I imagine that they're going to really beef up this section, make a lot of new complications and dial colors, etc. But right now they basically just have very basic stuff. They have steel, they have rose gold, and I think that's it actually. And then as far as complications go, they have the self-winding date, which is what you see here, just time and date only. And then they have one that has a day and date. Then they have a complete calendar. Is an annual calendar though, not a perpetual calendar. Complete calendar means 1 year. You have to change it once a year. And I think that's it. And they have one with a complete calendar moon phase. Okay. And then we have 13 watches. This is the most basic one that you're looking at here. Retail price is only 12,700, at least as of 2025. And by the way, we're selling it for less than that at jazztime.com. So if you want to get your entry into Vacheron, which is a top brand, some people say, I don't know who, but some people say that the top 3 brands are independent brands are Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, and Vacheron Constantin. I would probably have to say the top 3 are Rolex. I don't know how you could not leave Rolex in there. Rolex, Patek, Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille, and I would probably put Vacheron up there as well. I would put Vacheron up there. So it's your opportunity to get into a major brand at a not very expensive price point, at a price point that is, to be honest, even less than a Datejust. So you could buy this Vacheron at the same price that you would buy a Datejust for. And so if you ask me, there's not much comparison. If I were thinking to buy a Vacheron or a Rolex, I probably would go with a Vacheron. There's It's much cooler, and we'll talk about why in just a moment. Okay, all right. So that's where this watch stands in the lineup. This is the very beginning, very entry level of a Vacheron. Let's start talking about the watch itself. Starting with the case. The case is 40 millimeters. Is made out of stainless steel, and that's what allows it to have this low price point of just $12,700 retail, and less than that at jazztime.com. So, what can I say about the case? Well, a couple nice things. It has a very nice case, actually, even considering that it's not that expensive. It has a very beautiful beveled edge here and a high polish case that looks quite nice. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's the best watch I've ever seen, but it's a very nice case. And it's not a big size. 40 millimeter is actually a very nice size for a dress watch. So for those who want to wear a dress watch and don't want to have a watch that is so conspicuous, like the Datejust, or maybe you can get robbed, or something. Let's say you live in LA, which is probably like, I know because that's where our company's not based in LA. We're 1 hour south of LA, but we know that wearing expensive watches in LA is a no-no. You're likely to get robbed. But if you wear a watch like this, you're very unlikely to get robbed. You would probably be skipped because robbers would not know what this is. They probably could not even pronounce Vacheron Constantin. So therefore you would be well equipped with your watches if you wore this one. Okay, so anyways, 40 millimeters of the case, has a high polished case, a very beautiful beveled edge, and in fact, on their website, they have it a female that's modeling it. I don't know why they put a female instead of a male, because it looks like a male's watch to me. This doesn't look feminine to me at all, but they actually have a male and a female wearing this watch. So I guess they're trying to market it to both. Sure. So I guess a male or female could wear this watch. Although 40 millimeters is going to be kind of large for a woman, though. Okay, anyways, the thickness is only 9.6 millimeters, which is actually very thin. It's even thinner than a Datejust. It's not super thin, but considering it has a time and a day, 9.6 millimeters is quite thin. Okay, and you're going to get a lot of watch for the amount that you pay. Because let's look at the next thing, which is the dial. Now, this time and date only comes on a silver dial. They also make it on a blue dial. I would have to say, though, the silver probably can match more things. Blue is also nice, so I'm not going to say it's not. But they make it in a silver and a blue. What you're looking at here is going to be the silver dial. It's a very nice dial, actually. And it has Roman numerals as well as index at every other. So it kind of combines it. And, yeah, looks kind of cool. I mean, quite like it. They call this the silvered sector dial. Like, why is it sectored? Well, because it has another ring inside. So you have like two rings. You have the outside ring and then an inner ring right beneath the numbers. Okay, which I think is pretty cool. All right, now let's move on to the strap. The strap, not much to say. It's just a black crocodile strap. I mean, that part is, but that is what makes this watch look like a dress watch. Because if you put it on a metal bracelet, it wouldn't be so dressy. So you can wear this easily with a suit, a tuxedo even. You could wear any kind of dress wear, and it will look great. And it's a very casual watch, very undercover. And then let's look at the movement here. Now here's where it really shines, because for a Datejust, you can't even see the movement, and it's the same price. But here, you're getting every bit a Vacheron. You're getting every bit a expensive watch, and from a premier brand, except that you can see, except the price point is not as high. And what is a testament to that? Look at the case, look at the movement. It's a beautifully done movement. Vacheron does one of the top movements, and right up there with AP and Patek. They made great movements. They've been around, and might I also say that Vacheron is the oldest, longest standing private watch company in the world. I think it's something like 270 years or something like that. So it's been here for a very long time, and they've been doing this for a long time. So they do a great job on the movement. An exceptional rotor. Usually on watches that have exhibition case backs, for example, on Rolex, they don't even show the case back unless it's a very expensive watch. They have on their 1908 watches, which are in the mid-20s, they show the case back. This watch is only in the mid-teens, low teens actually. So yeah, it's quite nice to show the case back. And their rotor is actually, I would say, not as good as this one. This one's quite nice. A lot of detail done to the rotor. Cutout rotor, their Maltese cross, their name, etc., etc. Just a very well done. Okay, and that's the movement. And let's see what else we can say about this. No, I don't think much else. I think it's actually time for us to try to swatch on and give you my thoughts. So I'm 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, out of 7.5-inch wrist. I can see 40 millimeter. It doesn't look too big on me at all. In fact, I think it looks just right. And definitely, if you want to get into a Vacheron at an entry price point, you don't want to, break the bank. Just want to, have something that you can wear around. Still very beautiful watch. Now, I would definitely say this watch could tick those boxes, could fill many of those voids. So look, if you want to buy this watch at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at johnstein.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can